Om Shanti, Om Shanti. Today's Murli from Sweet Bapdada. Baba is telling sweet children, by receiving one glance from the Father, human being of the whole world can go beyond. And this is why it is said that a soul goes beyond with a glance. If God gives glance, any soul can go beyond. And at the end, it will happen that with one eyesight only everything will happen. One glance itself, they will get mukti, jivan mukti, knowledge, everything. So question is, why should drums of happiness beat in the hearts of you children? Because you know that Baba has come to take all back with him. We are now to return home with Father. After the cries of distress, there will be cries of victory. By receiving one glance from Father, the whole world will receive the inheritance of liberation and liberation in life. The whole world will go beyond. Om Shanti. The spiritual ship Baba sits here, explains to his spiritual children. You know that there is a third eye. We all are Trinitri. Father knows that he has come to give the souls of the whole world the inheritance. Some or the other thing every child will get. There is only the remembrance of inheritance in the Father's heart. In the heart of a physical father, too, there is a remembrance of the inheritance. He remembers that he will give an inheritance to his children. If he does not have a son, he is not sure as to whom he should give it. He then adopts a child in Lockic world. The father is sitting here and his vision is drawn to the souls of the whole world. He knows that he has to give the inheritance to everyone. Although he is sitting here, his vision is on the whole world and on all the human beings of the world because he has to take the whole world beyond. Father explained that this is the most auspicious confluence age. You know that the Father has come to take, take all back to the land of peace and the land of happiness. Everyone will go beyond cycle after cycle according to the Dharma plan. They will go beyond. The Father remembers all the children. His vision is drawn to everyone. But not everyone studies. According to drama plan, everyone has to return home because the play is about to end. As the new world now has to be established, because all souls are sentient beings, and it will therefore enter their intellect that the Father has come from has come. Paradise will be established and we will return to the land of peace. Everyone else will receive liberation, but you will receive liberation in life. Baba has now come and we will go to heaven. There will be cries of victory. At the moment, there are a lot of cries of distress. In some places, there is a famine. In other places, there is a war. In other places, there are earthquakes. And now in Gujarat, cyclone has come. Thousands of people continue to die. Death has to take place. These things do not happen in the golden age. Such kind of thing don't happen in golden age. The Father knows that he will now go and that there will be then cries of victory over the whole world. I will only go to Bharat. Bharat will be like a village within this whole world. So for Baba, it is like a village. There will be very few human beings in the golden age, and it is though the whole world is like a small village. There's now a lot of expansion. The Father has everything in his intellect. He is now explaining to you children through this body. Your efforts now are the same as they have been in every cycle. The Father is the seed of the country. The Father has everything in his intellect, and he is now explaining to you children through this body. You, your effort now are the same as they have been in every cycle. Father is the seed of the culprit, and this is the corporeal thing. And and up above is incorporeal tree. Here on the globe there is corporeal tree. So you know this has been created. No other human beings have this understanding. Just look at the difference between sensible one and senseless one. Sensible one used to rule the kingdom of heaven. That is called the land of truth, heaven. You children should now experience a great deal of internal happiness. So you know how this has been created. No other human beings have this understanding. Just look at the difference between the Sensible one and senseless one. Sensible one used to rule the kingdom of heaven. This is called land of truth, heaven. You children now experience a great deal of internal happiness. Baba has come, and this old world is definitely going to change. However, with the effort you make, you achieve a status accordingly. Baba has come, and this old world is definitely going to change. However, whatever effort you make, you achieve a status accordingly. The Father is teaching everyone. Your school will continue to expand. There will be many. Not everyone can have the same school. Where could they all live? You children remember that you are now going to the land of happiness. When someone goes abroad, he lives there for 8 to 10 years and then returns to Bharat. Bharat is poor. Those from abroad would not be happy here. In fact, you children are not happy here either. Somebody maybe there came who were from abroad. So Baba is telling like this. But I feel, yeah, there are so many medical facilities than here traffic facilities. You would not remember this village because there is limitless sorrow here. But why they were remembering the abroad? Because of the happiness. Everyone remember the happiness. Today in this kingdom of Ravan, this impure world, there is limitless sorrow, whereas in tomorrow world there will be limitless happiness. We are establishing a world of limitless happiness with the power of yoga, and this is Raj Yoga. The Father himself says, I make you into the Kings of Kings, and so remember the teacher who makes you become that. You cannot. The Father himself says, I make you into kings of kings, and so remember the teacher who makes you become that. You cannot become a barrister or an engineer without a teacher. This is a new aspect. Souls have to have yoga with Father, the Supreme Soul, the one from whom you have been separated for a long time. How long has it been? The Father himself explains this. Human beings say that the duration of this world is hundreds of thousands of years. The Father says, no, those of you were the first to become separated hundreds of thousands of years. So you are the one who have to make effort. Baba does not give you sweetest children any difficulty. He simply says, consider yourself to be the souls. You are human beings. Souls are imperishable and bodies are perishable. A soul sheds a body and takes another. It is a wonder how a soul never become old. The one who teaches is wonderful. The study is also wonderful. However, no one remember this and everyone forget. Does anyone remember what he studied in his previous birth? You study in this birth and you receive the result in the new world. Only you children know this. You should remember that this is now the most auspicious confluence age. You are to go to new world. If you remember this, you would also remember the Father. The Father shows you many ways to remember him. He is Father, Teacher, Sadguru. Remember him in all three forms. He gives you many methods to have remembrance, but Maya makes you forget. The Father establishes the new world, and it is the Father who tells you to remember that this is auspicious confluence age, and yet you are still not able to have remembrance. He shows you many methods to have remembrance, and together with that, he says that Maya is very powerful. She repeatedly makes you. The Father establishes the new world, and it is Father who tells you to remember that this is auspicious confluence age, and yet you are still not able to remember, have the remembrance. He shows you many methods to have remembrance, and together with that, he says that Maya is very powerful. He repeatedly makes you forget and makes you body conscious. Therefore, to whatever extent possible, continue to remember him. As soon as you sit, move around, instead of considering yourself to be bodies, consider yourself to be souls. Instead of considering yourself to be body, consider yourself to be souls, and this requires effort. Whereas this knowledge is very easy, all of you children say that you are unable to stay in remembrance. You try to remember Father, and Maya pulls you to herself. There is a play created about this. Although you understand that your intellect should be in yoga with Father and with the subject of the study, you still forget. However, you should not forget. In fact, there is no need for these pictures, but you need something in front of you at the time of teaching. Many pictures continue to be made. Just look at the plan of Pandav government. That government too has a plan. Pandav government too has a plan. You understand that there was just Bharat in the new world. The whole Bharat was the master and everything was new. There is only one world and the actors are also the same. Cycle continues to turn. You can count how many seconds, how many hours, how many days and years have passed by. As the cycle continues to turn, while you have been saying today, tomorrow, 5,000 years have passed by. All the scene and sceneries and game continue to take place. It is such a huge, unlimited tree. You cannot count the leaves of a tree. It is tree and its foundation is the deity religion, and then three main tubes religions emerge. However, there are countless of leaves on tree. No one has the power to count them. At this time, the tree of all the religion has reached the end of expansion. This is unlimited, huge tree. Later, none of those religions will exist. The whole tree is now standing. The foundation no longer exists. Later, none of those religions will exist. The whole tree is now standing, but the foundation no longer exists. The example of the banyan tree is accurate. This is only wonderful tree. The father uses this example to explain the drama because banyan tree only don't have. There is a tree in Kolkata where so many branches but no stem. So it is that's why it is wonderful tree. So father has made you sensible, so sensible. There is now foundation of the deity religion, but there are some signs of it. They are like pinch of salt in a sack full of flour. Everything has disappeared, only those signs remain. Therefore, all of this knowledge has to enter the intellect of you children. There is this knowledge in Father's intellect too. He gives you all of your knowledge and makes you equal to Himself. The Father is the seed. And this is an inverted tree. This is an unlimited, huge drama. Your intellect has been. So all of this knowledge has to enter in your intellect of you children. There is the knowledge in the Father intellect too. He gives you all of you knowledge and makes you equal to Himself. The Father is the seed, and this is an inverted tree. This is an unlimited huge drama. Your intellect have now been drawn up above. You have come to know the Father and creation. Although these things are mentioned in the scriptures, the rishis and munis do not know them. If even one person knew this, it could exist eternally. Then there would be no need for it, since salvation would have taken place. No one is able to return home in between. All the actors will continue to be here until the play is over, for as long as the Father is here. Then, when that place is completely empty, the procession of Shiv Baba will continue return home. No, You have come to know the Father and creation, although these things are mentioned in the scripture. The rishis and muni do not know them. Even if even one person knew this, it could exist eternally. Then there would be no need for its and salvation would have taken place. No one is able to return home in between. Winnie will show that they went. All the actors will continue to be here until the play is over for as long as father is here. Then when that place is completely empty, the procession of Shiv Baba will return home. If no one will go and sit there before that. Therefore, the Father sits here and gives you the whole of this knowledge. He explains how the cycle of the world repeats. There is the golden age, silver age, copper age, and iron age, and then there is a confluence. This has been remembered, but no one knows when the confluence age existed. You children have understood that there are four ages, and this is a leap age. This is called Midgate. Sri Krishna has also been shown as Midgate. So this is knowledge. Just look what they have made on the path of devotion. By changing and manipulating it, the whole thread of knowledge is totally tangled. Only the one Father can explain to them. They will go abroad to teach ancient Raj Yoga. This is in fact that yoga. Ancient means the very first. The Father has come to teach easy Raj. So much attention has to be paid. You may pay attention to heaven being established. So the Father says, the soul remember this, and the Father says, I'll come again and give you the same knowledge that I give you now. This is the new knowledge for the new world. By keeping this knowledge in your intellect, you will experience a great deal of happiness. Very little time now remains. You now have to return home. On the one hand, there is happiness. On the other hand, there is also the feeling that we will not see such sweet Baba again until the next cycle. Only the Father gives you children so much happiness. The Father comes to take you to the land of peace and land of happiness. If you remember the land of peace and the land of happiness, you will also be able to remember the Father. Forget this land of sorrow. The unlimited Father tells you unlimited things. When your attachment to the old world is removed, you will have happiness, and then in return, you will go to the land of happiness. You will continue to become Satopradhan. So those who have become this every cycle will do so again. They will experience happiness and then they will then leave their old bodies. They will then go to the Satopradhan world and adopt new bodies. This knowledge will have then finished. These things are very easy. At the time of going to sleep at night, chant these things and there will be great happiness. And this is what you are becoming. Examine yourself to see if you performed any devilish act throughout the day. Did the five vices cause you any distress? Was it there any greed? You have to keep checking yourself. Acha. To the sweetest, beloved, long lost and now found children, love, remembrance, and good morning from the mother, father, Bap Dada. The spiritual father says Namaste to you, spiritual children. From we spiritual children, love, remembrance, and good morning to mother, father, and Bap Dada. Namaste, Baba, Namaste. Shukriya, Baba, Shukriya. Essence for Dharna. With the power of yoga, establish the world of limitless happiness. Forget this old world of sorrow. Let there be happiness that you are becoming the master of the land of truth. Check yourself every day. Did any wise cause any distress throughout the day? Did I perform any devilish act? Did I come under the influence of greed? Blessing. May you claim the blessing of receiving the most elevated wealth from the bestower of blessing and be filled with that wealth. The wealth that he is giving us is imperishable and most elevated. If someone just has physical health, he cannot remain content all the time. If together with physical wealth he does not have the wealth of all virtue, wealth of all power, and most elevated wealth of this knowledge, he cannot then remain constantly content. All of you have all of this power, elevated elevated type of wealth. People of the world consider those who simply have physical wealth to be wealthy, but all of you children have received the blessing from the Father, the bestower of blessing, of being the wealthiest. Slogan: with true spiritual endeavor, transform high, the sound of distress into wah. With true spiritual endeavor. Thank you, Baba. Thank